Hi guys, it's Joe here. I'm in Glacier National Park at Apgar Campground, which is just inside the West Glacier entrance, right next to Apgar Village, which is just a small set of shops. At the tail of this video, I'll include a drive-through of the little village they call it. It's only about a block long, but it's interesting. So wanted to give you some info and views of Apgar Campground. It has 5 loops. 4 of them are regular ones, and the 5th one, Loop E, is for is for multi-family. The campground it's really nice and clean. They're hard on it about sound. The quiet hours are from 10 to 6, and believe me, everything is enforced quite well here. Pets cannot run loose, which is just fine with me. It really annoys me when people have their dogs running loose, and you can't do that here. In fact, they have to be on a 6-foot leash when you're walking them. They did allow me to have longer leads here in the campground as long as I was with the animals. So that said, all the campsites in Apgar have a fire ring and a tent pad, which I'll show you closer here in a minute. And you can have up to 3 vehicles per campsite, 2 tents, but they do have to be on the tent pads, up to 8 persons. And I'm not sure about the length of the RVs, but it's pretty good sized loops that you'll see. You could probably fit, a 30-foot in here, I would think. And I'll probably give you a tour of the restrooms so you can get an idea of those. They have running water, flushing toilets. They're really clean. They come by every morning and clean all of the restrooms. So this is what I call an urbanized campground. It's got a lot of the amenities that people might want, and there's water spigots spread out. There's at least 2 restrooms, if not 3 or 4, on each loop, and all the loops are lettered A, B, C, D, and E in this case because it has the 5th one. And let me give you a look at some of this. So right there, of course, is your tent pad, and all the tents do have to stay on the pads. You can't put a tent anywhere you want out in the brush out there, because they even have little signs, really small ones here, that say, restoration area. Please don't walk out in that, because they want to keep the grass growing and nice. All the tent sites, or the campsites, are pretty close together, as you can, I don't know if you can really see real well, but you're going to be talking to your neighbors, which sometimes that's okay. Myself, I like the older, sparse wooded, heavily wooded camp areas, which I found one I think it was Fish Creek, that had a really nice setting. But a lot of the travelers that like a little bit of comfort and ease, and also there's less worry about wildlife in here. Although the campers next to me yesterday said that there was a mountain lion running around. So we're going to take a look over at the restroom here. I'll take you inside the men's room. Make sure no one's in here. Anybody in here? No. So there you have, it's got sinks, urinal, stalls. It's really nice and clean. No paper towels, just the blow dryer. And go back out here. They also, I don't know if you can see it, that's the dumpster over there. And over here, we've got bear-proof food storage, which is nice because they're really strict about having food with you. You cannot leave food out on the tables or anywhere. It has to be stored in a vehicle or a hard-shelled camper. And nice setting. A lot of trees, but it's still quite open visibility because there's not a lot of low shrubbery or things like that. But it's there. It's pretty. So on your next trip here, I hope you make a trip out, because there's a lot. Once you get here, there's a lot you can go and see. You can visit the little village if you want to, or you can go down the road, go into the Sun Highway, which is a spectacular. We'll get you videos of that soon too. But my plan is to do all of the campgrounds here in Glacier National Park, so that you can see what your choices are before you head out this way. So happy camping. Hopefully we'll see you out here in Montana someday. Thanks a lot. Bye. Alright guys, I'm here in Apgar Village. I thought I'd give you Apgar Village is at the southern tip of Lake McDonald, and the village ends right at the lake. So I thought I'd show you here a little bit of the street. There's a nice bunch of little gift shops. There's even a hotel over here. And then there's a boat dock down here. There's a big fire going on in the park right now, so what looks like smoke or fog on the water is actually smoke on the water. And here comes one of the tour buses, and we're almost to the boat dock. It's got a really nice pebbled beach too, that not only just here, but it goes for quite a ways down. I'll probably give you some views of the beach down there, and the big beach part is actually right next to the Apgar Campground. So, but this dock is for rental boats, which you can get at this little rental shop here in a minute. So we'll quick view there. I'll take you down to the rest of the beach area, just a few hundred yards down the road. We'll pick up on this in a minute. Okay guys, I've just left Apgar Village and came down towards the campground. I just passed the campground entrance, like 50 yards back there. You can see the campground is actually spreads all over into this area down here. But what I wanted to point out was there's also a nice little beach area just adjacent to Apgar Campground, and it's got a little parking area here, and I think there's even a day use picnic area down a little bit further here. But I wanted to take you out down to show you the beach. It's a really beautiful long beach area with those fine little pebble stones, easy on your feet. It's not muddy. And they're quite colorful too. It's a long story about all that because of the formation through the glaciers and whatnot, about how we got all these little pebbles. And they have when they're wet, they got a lot of color to them too. There's red and golden and white and gray. It's really pretty. But here is a view of the beach, and in this direction around the corner to the right of the screen is where Apgar Village is. You can just barely see the hotel down there if it wasn't for all the smoke that's here right now because of the fire. But looking across here, and this beach just keeps on going all the way around that corner, even farther down to the picnic area. It's summertime, it's great here. You would have a beautiful view of the mountains with snow on them in the distance at the end of the lake, and you know, all the nice forest, and the water's pretty cold, but even in the summertime, but that's the way it is. When it's hot, you might want to jump in there to cool off. It's a shame about the fire that's going on right now. It closed off the road right here at Apgar, so you can't go up to the sun direction or any of the other campgrounds and things like that. The west side's still open, but even that, the west side is shutting down for the season right now because Memorial Day was, or I guess it was Labor Day, last weekend for a lot of those. So anyway, so when you get camping up here at Apgar, you know, you got a nice beach area to play in, and it's a good time. We're going to come back next summer. We're going to do a little bit more. So take care. I got to head back home. Weekend's over. Bye.